You can start.
I introduce myself.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Good evening, all of you guys. Yeah, my name is Kenny, signed by Mnisi, under Zilla Films. I'm a filmmaker, producer, and a director and a script writer.
Thank you, Zilla. TK, it's your turn to introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, filmmakers. I go by the name TK, Tsakisi Ndou, Takalani. I'm a filmmaker, film producer, and director. Yeah, from TKL Films.
Thank you, TK. Gent? Gent, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is George Gent, but they call me G. I'm a filmmaker, actor, director, producer. I come from Gent Epic Entertainment.
Are you done, G?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. So, TK?
You know,
can you please tell us what are the procedures of film production?
Of what?
I'm saying TK, film production.
Oh.
Like, what are the procedures? Like, when you're shooting a film, what is it that you do?
Like myself, you asking myself, or like for the full production?
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry. Yes, Takalan, you're right, because he needs to. I mean, if he's gonna answer that question, he must tell us how he's doing it, not how it was laid down, how we're supposed to do it.
We want to know how you do it as a filmmaker.
Because we all have a different way of doing things.
Exactly.
Yes.
So KB, so KB, what's your question? I ask him how I do things.
The procedure of filmmaking, like how you do it before you start shooting.
How do I do it before I start shooting?
Yes. What is it? The steps that you take.
Okay. The first thing that we start with the idea.
Yes.
And then the idea will lead us to script.
Okay.
Obvious, after having a script, then that's where then we start checking how much will it cost us to produce this movie. So after getting a small budget, and then we start with getting the locations, the props, the wardrobe, if we have to buy it, you know, and yeah, to gather everything that we might need on the shoot.
Yeah. Okay. And Mr. Gent,
yes,
what are your procedures?
My procedures of starting of working, right, of making a film, or let me say,
film production.
I mean, we know without a script, there's no movie.
Okay.
Firstly, important is if the idea is there, then put it on paper and make it a script. So, and lock the script, make sure that probably you have like 3-4 drafts and you're sure about it. Then you need to go to the budget. You're finalizing the budget. You put together the budget according to the script direction. And me, then that's when I hierarchy production hits, you know, and we sit down and we break down the script and we create not a storyboard such, but a way of how we're going to shoot it, because it's a different way of a storyboard and how the way I would like it to be shot. So yeah, and scout, and we can't shoot without a location. That's a fact. You can't. You put together the locations. I put together the locations, and then I find the talent. Cost of the talent is very important. And then the art department, to be honest, it's something that we neglect most of the time. And it's something that one needs to put more time in it on the art department, because you're creating something from scratch. So you need a different, if we say a kitchen, it's not like a kitchen and a kitchen, you just jump into a kitchen. You need to be in detail how that kitchen is going to be like. What is next to, is the bread there? It's all the art department stuff that are needed. You need to also put them there, right? And yeah, and if it's a huge shoot that really requires us to have insurance and all of that, then yeah, that also needs to be gathered. But if we're doing our small productions, the indies, yeah, then we can get away with that. And scheduling of your shoot, which is very important also. You schedule, you crew up, you put together your crew, everyone, and important, your short list.
Okay.
You need to create a short list. And then after that, you tick, then you can go.
Okay.
You know, after having all the plans, you can go shoot.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
G. Zila,
Gee Gent,
Yes.
do
Yes,
you
sir.
have a checklist when you shoot?
Yes, a checklist is essential on every shoot, because without a checklist, you will not know what you left behind or what you still need to do. Because a checklist is like you consult what you have done already and see how many things are left. So without a checklist, you cannot shoot actually, but people do force to shoot. But honestly, without a checklist, you might find out when you do post-production, you left out important things.
So a checklist is very important.
Yeah, it's one of the important things. It's not only important, but it's one of the, because there are many important things in the film progress.
Okay, so TK, can you
hello.
tell us like the importance of a storyboard? Like, do you draft a storyboard when you shoot?
Yes, yeah, I do draft as a storyboard. Sometimes it depends, you know, because sometimes when you do these short stories, sometimes you may find out that I'm the director and the DOP at the same time. So so sometimes it becomes tough for you to draw a storyboard for yourself. And so, because you know exactly what you want. You understand? So, but the more when you work with other people, then it helps to have a storyboard so that you can share the same idea with the people that you work with, so that they can know exactly what you want, you as a producer or you as a director.
Okay, can you briefly explain what is a storyboard to those aspiring filmmakers or those who just starting, who doesn't know what is a storyboard? Just give us a brief or a short description.
Okay, a short brief or short description about a storyboard, like Naka understanding Yaga, is actually to break down like each and every scene, is to break down each and every scene. It's either for DOP, like you break down all the shots, or okay, here I'm going to need something like this into a solely, so like everything, actually breaking down everything for everyone who will be part of the production. Even on editing, the storyboard can also help them. If you shot the story exactly how you drafted it on the storyboard, it can help everyone on the production to share the same idea or the same vision with you, because everyone will be knowing, okay, on this scene we're going to need this shot, we're going to need this and that and that. So it helps everyone, gaffer, sound, makeup, everyone.
Thank you, TK. Hey, Mr. Gent.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard you talked about script breakdown. Can you at least briefly describe what is a script breakdown and how and why is it important to break down the script?
The script, it's the one that really guides us on what we are gonna be needing.
Yes.
Which is, I think it's the first AD who put it together, who puts the script breakdown.
Okay.
Because they need to give each and every details of what is going to be needed. The props, the schedule, the budget, the film production. Yeah, because when you do the script, it will also tell you what needs to be gathered for scenes, you know, like cast characters, extras, props, set dressing, costumes, makeup. If you're gonna need vehicles, stunts, if you're gonna live live, you don't need at home or what type of music, because the script, you break it down, got everything. It will need a hang, like, you know, special elements if they are there. If the script wants you to have those special effects and all of that. So when you break down the script, it's not only you're not breaking it down only ka hore mang needs to understand their line. You break it down into pieces to see what is gonna be needed and how many and what it's gonna be needed to complete the whole script shoot.
Thank you, Gent. Thank you. Mr. Ndou, TK, please tell us why did you choose filmmaking as a career?
Okay, I can't say I choose filmmaking as a career, but I believe filmmaking chooses me.
How so?
So, the company is delaying. Okay, yeah, okay. I could say I choose filmmaking because I'm an artist. First, in Tamatomo, I'm an artist, and I always have this thing while I was young, you know, like always someone who loves like the visuals, who loves like, you know, playing around cameras, taking pictures, and then I just grow up with it, you know. I just grew up with the filmmaking in me, and then while I grow up, then that's where I saw like a bigger picture of, wow, I could follow this. This is my life. My life belongs here. So that's why I started taking it serious and started choosing it. I could say I started choosing it maybe 10 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Gent, Mr. Gent, why did you choose filmmaking as a career?
I didn't choose it, it chose me.
Okay.
I believe no one who's doing art chose it.
Okay.
You can run away from it, but it will always come back to you. So I didn't choose it, it chose me, and I embraced it. I mean, I've started 2013 as an actor. My first job that I did on ETV was 2013.
Okay.
And at that time, when I get that first job, I was still at school, studying something completely, you know, completely different. And I just found myself there. Then I had to continue study, you know, and learn. But from there, I would say 2012 till now, I've been in the arts, especially film and television. So I would say it chose me, and I just embraced it.
Okay. And Mr. Zila?
Yes.
Why did you choose filmmaking as a career?
You know, let me say, filmmaking was never at my wish list. I never wished to be a filmmaker one day. Like, it was something that I never thought I could do. You understand?
Okay.
I started this whole thing as like an actor. I started acting on Mr. Magagula's movie, one movie, and then I felt in love with it. So I said, why not? Should I give it a try? And then I went on to study about it. Then I found myself inside filmmaking, and now it's not easy for me to come out of it.
Yeah.
Once you get in,
Yeah.
once you go
I'll
to
relate
you can
to
go
that.
back.
I'll
Yeah,
relate to that.
you know,
All right. Okay. Now I hear you. So tell me, Mr. Ndou, TK, is it hard to get started or to keep going in the film industry? Or is it hard both?
Okay. I could say like in the filming industry
Mm.
is quite different from other businesses or other stuff. To start in filmmaking is easy, but it's hard to keep going. It's different from other business because in other things it's hard to start, but it's simple when you already started. So, but in filmmaking, it's simple to start. You can start anytime, but will you reach your destination? That's my question. You might start it now thinking everything is gonna go smooth, and then you just start today, tomorrow you feel like it's going well, but after 2-3 years later, and then you find yourself like, you know what, I'm not even making £1 or £3. No, snap, I'm quitting. I'm going to work at ShopRite. I can't be an artist. Like that's how difficult it is in this game. It's it's easy to start, but to maintain it.
And Mr. Gent, what do you think? Is it hard to get started or to keep going in the film industry?
You see, I'll go back in our okay, black people. Let me just go to black. White people have been doing this for years. Yeah. I mean, it started with them, this filming, and us black people, we were telling stories. We'll sit on a fire and Datamholo will tell us a story, and us, our film, it was in our brains. So we would see the picture in our heads when they telling. So the white people, they had an opportunity of pushing it ahead. And now this industry, I hear TK what he's saying, but to be honest, I think it is difficult even when you start. You can start by registering, yes and all, but to do that one project, it depends again on where you want to go. Where is what type of a production you are aiming at? What do you want to see your project, the project quality be like? So for me, I would say it's a difficult thing. And one thing that makes it difficult, it's money. It's finances, it's money. It's money. And the meeting has been upgraded by the host. Oh, sorry. Let me just close this.
Reading there.
Yeah, okay. We are being failing because of money. That's why if you can watch a low budget that has been done by the other indigenous people, like Mahuaso, you never see a low budget that is like ours. Their low budget, it's kind of like the one that like, yeah, I know. No, yeah. And it's man, it's difficult. It's very difficult here. It's man. Camera, it's man. To buy a script, it's money. To get an editor, it's money. To have the machine to edit, it's money. So unless we're not start about the script to edit, to shoot, to act, and then no light, and then no color grade, only one on a camera, then that will be affordable. But it is an expensive business to go to, and a difficult one to, like Mr. Ndou says, to keep it going. Because I believe when he says to keep it going, he means you can't keep it with the same standard of production. It needs to show growth, the quality of your work, the the budget, the set, everything needs to grow. And it's difficult for us to do that if there is no enough budget. And who will fund you if you don't even have one project? You understand? So you need to ask favors. Like I had an opportunity of Mr. Ndou calling him, giving me a platform of like, okay, Tswara, I will give you this, use this. And I had to go to actors. I'm like, actors, I don't have nothing. And they were like, okay, no, it's okay. We'll do this for you. And script, please, can you do this? And everyone came on board with a zero budget, no money. So not each and every project can be like that. Because Mr. Ndou's equipments, they need money. And Lele brother, like everyone, we need to get paid so that we can also build our own production. So it takes us back to money. It's difficult to maintain.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Mr. Zilla. So
Yes.
when you choose a script, like what element are you looking for?
But before you could choose a script, you should know, Kuti, what are your strong points when doing this filmmaking, because filmmaking is broad. It's a broad industry where there is different types of films and stuff. So before you choose a script, you must know your strong points, Kuti. Okay, Mina, when it comes to horror films, I'm powerful. When it comes to this and this, I'm powerful. So people make mistakes because they want to do all the genres. You understand? They want to do they don't master certain genres, and then they jump to the next. What do they do? They do this and do this and do that and do that. After all, it's a conflict of interest. You learn, yes, but Oksala is that you don't know where you belong. Understand? So it's a problem that we have as filmmakers, because my guy here, he said it all, that it's because of money. Yes, without money, you have to do everything because our no choice. But if you have money, that's when you're gonna focus. Understand? So without money, you have to try your luck. Like you go there, and then maybe something will work out.
Okay, guys, we are running out of time. So what advice can you give to someone who's just starting up? Let's start with Mr. Ndou.
The advice that I can give to someone who's starting up.
Yes.
Okay, what I can say, life is not easy, but even though life is not easy, we have to push it and push it and push it until we reach our destination. Because I always believe that believers that don't quit, but they fight until they win. So never quit, or never ever lose. I don't know how to put it, but never ever lose hope in whatever that you do. It's all about having faith in yourself, pushing more, and believing in your craft. The more if you believe in yourself, and then that's the only thing that can drive you. And another thing, the character. You need to work on your character, like you as a person. That's something that will put you places. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gent. What advice can you give to someone who's starting up?
Be sure of what you like to do. Don't do it because Mr. Z is doing it, Mr. Ndou is doing it, or I'm doing it, and it looks nice. No, you need to know within you that I'm in love with this. I want to do this. I'm creative, and start reading more. Read books. Read. And watch movies and see and learn, self-taught before you can jump in. Because there are a lot of people who finished school and then matric and then just jumped and went to study filming. And right now, they work at the offices somewhere. They're not doing filming because they were not sure of what they're doing. And if you can check, mostly those who didn't even study filming or had an opportunity to go to study filming, they are the ones who are actually holding on in this calling. I call it a calling because you can go to school and have degrees and have everything. But if you don't have a calling, and if you don't feel it within you, it's not gonna work for you. So what I'm saying is listen to yourself deep inside. If this is really a calling, you will feel it. No one will tell you, you will feel it yourself. Or actually, this is me. This I wanna do. And the minute you feel that, work on that, water it, and never ever give up or never ever lose hope. Just keep trying. I mean, I remember my first film, we shot it 3 times. 3 times. First, it was crap because it was learning. Second, it was okay. Third, the third, it was like, oh, wow. So, and it's in a space of 3 years or 4 years, that first project that I had to reshoot over and over. So it's never give up and really, really be sure if this is what you want. Because trust me, it's not pap and fleas.
Thank you. Zila, you have 1 minute. What advice can you give?
You know, I could tell them like they must not rush things, understand?
Mm.
They must not rush things. They must learn from their seniors or people around them. They must go to workshops, understand? They must go to workshops. They must ask where they need help. Because like what I've learned about upcoming filmmakers, the young ones, they see the seniors as threat, understand? Whereas they must see them as information hub. So when they see them as threat, so they want to compete with them, understand? You cannot compete with someone who has experience while when you don't. So they must stop that and learn from them, and they must try to work for free. They must not charge money while you know that you don't have experience. You must work for free, you learn, make sure that whenever you are working, do anything. Mina, when I started filmmaking, I was just a runner, understand? I could go fetch water, go there, but I learned a lot of things through that. So those young ones, they must just learn, and they will do it. Because they jump into doing films, then it's hard. They don't even know where to submit. They make films. At the end of the day, they give up.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. We couldn't cover all our questions due to time. To our viewers, so if you have like questions, you can go to our Facebook page, it's Black Aquarian, then can ask any question. I'm going to post this video, then can ask any question and our panelists will be able to answer. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gent. Thank you, TK. And thank you, Zila.
No.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.